We now know who will be carrying the Olympic torch for Team USA in Tokyo. Team USA named its flag bearers for the opening ceremony of the Tokyo Olympics. USA women's basketball star Sue Bird named publicly as one of the 2 flag bearers on Wednesday. Bird, who's 40, has won 4 gold medals with the team, and she shares the honor with USA baseball infielder Eddie Alvarez. Alvarez is 31 and he has played with the Miami Marlins and won a silver medal in speed skating in 2014. The opening ceremony is tomorrow morning starting at 5:55 Central Time on NBC. A judge said Wednesday victims and families who suffered losses in the collapse of a condo building in Surfside, Florida, will initially receive a minimum of $150 million in compensation. That sum includes insurance on the Champlain Tower South building and the expected proceeds from the sale of the property where the 12-story structure once stood. It does not include proceeds from any of the multiple lawsuits filed since the collapse on June 24th that killed at least 97 people. Those lawsuits are currently being consolidated into a single class action lawsuit that would cover all victims and family members if they chose. Republican House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is withdrawing all 5 GOP picks for the Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol. That came just minutes after Speaker Nancy Pelosi rejected 2 Republicans on the list, Congressman Jim Banks of Indiana and Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio. Speaker Pelosi said, in part, with respect for the integrity of the investigation, with an insistence on the truth and with concern about statements made and actions taken by these members, I must reject the recommendations. Congresswoman Liz Cheney, the sole Republican on the committee, said she agrees with Speaker Pelosi's rejection and called the rhetoric of Congressman Jim Banks and Jim Jordan disgraceful. Well, President Biden is back in Washington this morning, where lawmakers seem to be inching closer to an infrastructure deal, but divided on taking on more debt. NBC's Tracy Potts has details.
As President Biden meets with union leaders today on creating jobs, Republicans have announced they'll vote against raising the debt limit to pay America's bills. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell tells reporters if Senate Democrats want to raise the debt ceiling, they're going to have to do it themselves.
I am not going to let anybody take our economy hostage. My view is when you incur bills, you've got to pay them.
The debt debate is happening as negotiators from both parties inch toward a deal to fix America's roads and bridges, expand transit, and provide high-speed internet to everyone.
Do you think we'll get an infrastructure deal, sir?
Yes, we will.
Lawmakers are aiming for a deal before their August break.
I'm optimistic that we are going to close the remaining issues.
But Republicans voted no on debating infrastructure now.
This stunt is set to fail.
The yeas are 49, the nays are 51-3.
They want to wait to hear details. Tracy Potts, NBC News.